Banksy. Most people by now have heard of this mysterious artist. He travels around and uses his handmade stencils to create new artworks on the streets. Nobody knows who he is or where to really find him, other than the small amount of info that has slowly been gathered over the years. Just like Banksy's art goes beyond pictures on walls and installations in the streets, HBO's documentary Banksy Does New York, directed by Chris Morkbell, goes beyond a simple recording of the events of Banksy's 2013 New York residency, Better Out Than In. The documentary, made from found footage, uses its expository form to critique the pressing social issue of gentrification. During the film, Mr. Morkbell uses different film conventions of documentary form, such as inter- and supertitles and interviews, to present his audience the devastating impact of gentrification on the lower classes of New York. The director builds upon Banksy's critique of this issue, making it the mainframe issue of this documentary. Banksy Does New York opens with one of the artist's artworks in Brooklyn from someone's handheld camera, a long shot of the Banksy balloons being stolen from the site of installation. The found footage shows a variety of perspectives on street art and ownership. However, through clever choice of interview, Morkbell soon makes it clear that his key critique, along with that of Banksy, is the impact of gentrification. Roughly 30 minutes into the documentary, we reach day 10 of Banksy's Better Out Than In New York residency. Viewers are swept to the artist's work in Bronx, where three men started charging everyone to view Banksy's work. Some of Banksy's followers were so set on getting a picture of it that they were all willing to pay the given price just to get one photo. As soon as someone paid, others would try their best to sneak in and get a photo as well. Fast forward further into the documentary to day 22, we come across Banksy's Sphinx. Morkbell's information around the stealing of the Sphinx also helps to strengthen his critique on gentrification. Through the use of wide shots of the area of Willets Point and strategically placed intertitles, which directly explained the impact of gentrification on the people of the area, a loss of employment and business. This and the interviews with the mechanics who also steal Banksy's Sphinx artwork positions the audience to empathize with the impact on the less wealthy people of New York. To conclude the documentary, the director takes us back to the balloon artworks, now armed with the knowledge of the impact on the less wealthy sectors of the city, and how important it is that Banksy specifically chose these locations to also shine a light on these important issues. Closing off the documentary, Mr. Morkbell returns his viewers to 5 points, where we see a visual representation of gentrification through a comparison of wide shots of the area, the bright, culturally and historically significant graffiti that adorned the walls cut abruptly to the whitewashed walls of the area, that, as we learn through interviews, means that the buildings are soon to be knocked down to make way for new shopping centres and hotels, with no regard for the impact on the people of the area. Mr. Morkbell's documentary lured us in with its use of modern documentary techniques and the promise of exploring Banksy's residency in New York, and with all of these, he was very successful. During the class time spent on this assignment, I have learned many things about different film and documentary techniques, and also learnt about the impact of street art on everyone's lives. Thank you!